Hello, Eric. Today it's me again, Mariano Rabolar, Elena Marincic, Levi Stroop, and Nathan Earhart, and we're doing dialogue and scene analysis. Okay, so for question number one, the differences between the script and the short story between the two main characters. Well, first off, the protagonists are different. In the script, it's John. In the short story, it's Sam. In the script, John is scared. He doesn't want to be there. They're going to say they're going to kill him. He doesn't want to die. And for the kid, we're going to focus on the kid because that's essentially the same character. He was really excited and he was cheery and he talks about his imagination. And for what they do, John in the script keeps trying to run away. He cries. He looks out the window like he's given up and doesn't really care anymore that he dies because he got abandoned by his father. In the short story, the Red Chief, he is content to be there. He scalps Bill, which is pretty crazy. And he hits him in the face with a brick. He's all about this. He's all right. So we think that the screenwriter changed this so that the characters could be more relatable. Nobody really likes an annoying kid. Plus, it's more exciting. It's more exciting for the audience to be like, oh, despite the fact that he's a spoiled rich guy, John in the script, he got abandoned by his father and now he's going to get killed. So it definitely worked to change who the story was actually about, so that the story can flow better. For the three main characters that we analyzed that fit into our character archetypes, firstly we have Bill, who is an ally, and as a part of the main character Sam's personality, he's kind of like, they are both scoundrels, he's just the dumber of the two, and Sam, although the leader, he's still pretty dumb. The father, we've kind of casualized him into the mentor. Doesn't really doesn't really show anything of Sam as a trait. And then we have the Red Chief as the trickster. Scenes to prove this specifically, or parts in the story, would be on page 6 for Bill. He says, Sam, I've stood by you without batting an eye in earthquakes, fire, and flood, and goes on. So they've been friends for a while. And then there's the Red Chief, the trickster. On page 3, he just asks a lot of questions, and some of them don't make any sense. Like some person has 6 toes, and he asks what the grass is green or something like that. And for the mentor, on page 10, he sends a letter of advice to Bill and Sam about bringing his son back because he knows how much of a pain in the ass he can be. The way they work together to bring change in the main character is Bill, the Red Chief starts it all through tormenting them and being crazy and making them go through all these kinds of things. And through personally tormenting Bill, Sam sees like this kid is getting too much to handle. And so to top it all off, the father sends a rebuttal. You're going to bring back my son, and you're going to pay me to do it because I know how much you want to get rid of him. That all comes together to make the change in Sam to where he doesn't want the ransom anymore. Character types and stereotypes. Bill, he's a stereotype. He's the sidekick who gets the short end of the stick. He's weak-willed. He just gives up. Sam, he's a character type. The one criminal who decides after the fact that he doesn't want to be part of the criminal act. The Red Chief, he is a character type because he's a hostage, and a stereotype because he is the brattiest brat kid you could think of. And then the father, who we could argue that he only cares for money because he's not a well-developed character yet. So for him to right off the bat offer the kidnappers money, like you pay me to get rid of your son, it kind of indicates that he cares about money. Although since he's not a well-developed character in the short story, we don't really know. Okay, moving on. Okay, so for primary emotion, we can look at it within the kidnappee in both stories. The Red Chief, he doesn't care about being kidnapped. He's all about it. He's having a great time. He's exploring. He uses Bill as a horse. He loves it. Whereas John, he is terrified and scared. First, he feels abandonment from his father, and then they say they're going to kill him, so he's getting scared. Secondary, the short story was more humorous and comedic for the readers. Because there was bouts where, Sam would poke jabs at Bill about, like, do you have a heart problem? Because Bill's complaining about the kid. He's like, well, you should turn around because the kid was right there. And it was pretty funny because of the letter. Whereas the script, it was bleak, and you feel like, John's life pretty much sucks at this point. So we feel like the screenwriter was going for an adaptation, but we felt as though it would have been much better to leave it comedic. That way, the ending of the script would have been so contrived. Plus, the short story was much more enjoyable for everyone to read. You wouldn't have expected that the characters just want to get rid of the kid by the end when they first kidnapped him in order to get a ransom to do this and that. Okay, so one well-written scene in the script that we chose to analyze for question 4 was the phone call to Ebenezer. Okay, he says he does not want the son. The dad's sick of how spoiled his son is, and this indicates a bad relationship between John and his father. This evokes emotion in John because he realizes how little his father cares for him, and it moves the story forward because now Bill and Sam need to do something with John, kill him, even though they say they're never going to. The next, some clear indications for, the belief system, intelligence, upbringing, career, that kind of thing, that were given, but not really said. Sam demands $20 million. This means that the Dorsets have that and more to just throw around, like $20 million. They send it to the kidnappers, and boom, there you go. Have a nice day. Sam is surprised when his father, or when John's father rejects him. And this indicates that Sam has some kind of moral system where, like, a father is supposed to care about his son. Since the father does not care about John, this would indicate that he does not think that family is important. And again, this also clarifies that John and his father have had a long-standing dispute about how to be father and son. It's this very bad relationship. So that's pretty much everything. Thank you, Eric, and we'll see you next time.